Sam here again from Global Training Institute, and today we're going to look at another student success story. I can't believe we interviewed James only 6 months ago, and since then so much has changed in James's life. So let's dive in. Welcome, James.
Sam, thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I was excited to get the email that a few things have changed. So let's jump straight into it. The last 6 months, like when we spoke, you'd just finished your study and you're on your way to a new promotion. Fast forward, what are we now? What month? February. What's going on in your career? Rumour has it you've landed a dream job. And did I hear somewhere along the lines you're going to uni?
Yeah, it's been a really busy 6 months. Luckily, I'm back with my old company, so they offered me a pretty cool, exciting role at Queen's Wharf, the integrated resort development. So obviously, a lot of people have been talking about this project for a few years now, so it's pretty good to finally get on there and have a go.
So what does that involve?
Well, they basically put me on in a new position. So my role is site coordinator, and it's pretty diverse. So every day is different. There's definitely some skills that I've picked up with my study that have helped me day to day at work, and I think that it's given my employer a little bit more confidence in my ability to do my job as well. So it's all winning at the moment. It's obviously
such a
quite
cool story because you've you started, like, you've really grown really quickly, right? You've escalated. How did you do that?
Well, I mean, I spent, just quietly a little bit of time out of work because construction was very slow. And, obviously I ended up picking up some funding through CSQ to do some courses, and I selected GTI and they were really good. So yeah, it's just been a constant journey of learning and pushing and challenging. And obviously, for every one triumph, there's like 100 things that you've tried that didn't work out. And you yourself probably know that. You're a bit of an entrepreneur. So, but I think the challenging side of it's really healthy. It's really good, and it gives you a deeper appreciation for what you can get out of it when you work hard. So, but I guess, last year I started a dual diploma in business and project management. And that was really interesting in the beginning because it was just trying to balance, obviously, looking for work and studying, and then not knowing what to put on your resume or not knowing what jobs to apply for, and obviously applying for roles that you're not qualified enough for. And obviously there's, a lack of work out there for guys that are tradies as well. So that was really tough. But coming into the sort of the last quarter of last year, obviously Queen's Wharf is starting to pick up a bit. And yeah, it's been really good to sort of put my best foot forward there as well. So yeah.
That's really cool. And would you say your recent qualification, you're saying your dual diploma you done with project management and business, did that play a part in your new role today? And have you applied any of that learning? Has it been beneficial, I guess, is what I'm asking, if I get straight to the point?
Oh, absolutely. I think that some of the hidden benefits of study is that it does teach you to think critically about problems at work. It helps you make strategic decisions based on real outcomes. Obviously, there's always the important factor of communicating with your colleagues and trying to come at each problem with a different approach and trying to find the right fit. And I'm really lucky. Like, I work with a really highly skilled group of people, and they're all really good at what they do, and they support me. So it's, studying has, what started off as something to keep me busy while I was unemployed has really turned into one of the major drivers in my career. And, I think I'm lucky that I've landed on a really good spot here with my old company, and they're supporting me really well through the journey as well. So hopefully we can keep pushing upwards and keep kicking goals together. And yeah, who knows where the future will take me, but yeah.
Who knows? And do you think, did you have, like, I know Global Training, they offer one-on-one calls with trainers. Did they help you with that? You're talking about thinking critically. Did they help you with that sort of on the job? What are you going to do in this scenario? Like, did that help?
It seemed really good with GTI. Like, I had Greg, he was my project management trainer, and he's fantastic. A little funny story about Greg. I actually started a Cert 4 in project management practice maybe 4 years ago, and I didn't really have the commitment at that stage to stick to it. And with a different RTO, it was actually Greg all those years ago who was my trainer then. And
really?
And we had a really good connection then, and obviously I didn't stick to it, and I picked up again and ended up finishing that Cert 4 at South Bank TAFE, and now all those years on, Greg has miraculously ended up as my trainer again, and he remembered me straight away. So we were reunited there, and he's got a lot of really good experience. I think he was allowing me to really apply my sort of real life case studies and my real work case studies into my study at home. And, you know, doing project management, it's fine to just do the course, but it's really another thing to have that support from my company and from GTI to be able to apply, you know, information and problems from work and being able to take that and put it into my study. And I think that's helped me sharpen my pencil a bit, and it's sharpened up my skills as well on site. So definitely.
Awesome. So you mentioned you're unemployed and then you got a job and you're studying. How did you manage your time there? Was that a challenge? A lot of people would go, how do you even do life? Do you still have a personal life when you're doing so much?
Yeah, look, I do. I think I'm lucky. Like I've got a couple of really driven friends that have done a bit of study in their own time as well, and they inspire me. So, you know, I think, you know, being a bit of a competitive guy as well, I like to get in and have a go. But in terms of free time, I think that we could all be very surprised with how much free time we've actually got each day. You know, how you choose to spend the time is one thing, but, you know, generally people have got the time there, and I think that they need to really discover that time is free. So again, if you want to study and it's something that you're interested in, you will make the time. GTI, I suppose, were really good at fitting in with my schedule. I had weekly chats with Greg that were down to the minute, and I knew that as soon as the clock hit 5 o'clock, he'd come calling and, you know, give me at least half an hour of his valuable time. And I suppose starting the new role at Queen's Wharf with Brown and Moody was probably one of the biggest things that's happened in my career recently. And I guess a new role, it was like, here's a laptop, here's an email address, and here's a bit of responsibility, and let's see if you can perform. So, you know, I'm a bit of a sucker for punishment, and, you know, there's also the pending university degree that I'm starting in a month's time. So
That's a
I
mic
think
drop there. You haven't mentioned that yet. Tell us about that.
Well, yeah, just quietly. I mean, you know, the business diploma was really fun. I learned a lot doing that, and I really took an interest in the business and operational side of things. You know, the business diploma actually offers you a score of 84. So if you wanted to apply for a degree, it's almost a guaranteed entry into a business program.
Wow.
So obviously that was a decision that I made very quickly, and then to land the job at Queen's Wharf logistically just makes it, you know, a lot easier for me to pretty much shut down the work laptop and then get over and do some study at Gardens Point after work. So that's the plan.
Very cool. And all the study you mentioned earlier about CSQ, did that help? Did you find study a big expense, or did you find GTI helped you get the right funding to make it a little bit more affordable? Because that's another thing, especially you started unemployed and studying.
Yeah. Well, I did, and you know, luckily I wasn't living week to week. But again, I think that the support from CSQ funding, and also having the option to do payment plans, and, you know, I suppose GTI are there to support you through the study in a way that they don't want the financial pressure distracting you from the study, or perhaps even pushing you away from doing it to begin with. So there are mechanisms in place that make it easy for everyone in the workforce to take a good step forward and have a go. So again, I think it just comes down to if you're driven enough, and if you really want to do it, there's definitely facilities there for you. So.
Awesome. So you're going back to uni, you've got a new job. What's the future holding now? What's the future plans? What's going on in James's world? Where are we going?
Well, look, class registrations were this week, which were booked out within 3 minutes. So I've obviously got to try and survive semester 1 before I can enter too far ahead. But I'm excited to start further study. I think my role right now, it's on a very iconic project, and it's exciting, and obviously it's getting busier every day. So that's fun. It's really hard to say where I'd be in a few years' time, but I've got a lot of support from my colleagues, and I'm with a company that's, you know, highly skilled and very driven, and they're in a growth period right now as well, which is great. So there's, you know, a lot of good guys there that are wanting to watch the company grow, and I'm happy to be a part of it. So I think that using the skills that I've learned from my courses with GTI, carrying that knowledge and that skill set forward into uni, and then also having the added extra of having a really good job, 6 to 2 every day, it's really only up from here as far as I'm concerned. I think that I'm lucky to be there, but at the same time, I think that it's going to be a lot of hard work. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely it is. Wow, what a great success story, James. Thank you for sharing everything with me today. I'm sure you haven't just inspired me, but all the listeners out there and potential new students. Can't wait to chat to you again. I'm just like, when I saw the email pop up 6 months, it's been since we've chatted. I thought, what's going to happen again? In 6 months, I'm expecting another email, another promotion.
Well, I think I promised January last year, so I'm a couple of days late, but we're here, and I appreciate you having me on. So thanks for your time.
Oh, you are more than welcome. We will chat next time.
Can't wait. Thanks. Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Yes.